This is the wacky and wild, wonderful show.
Ah, shit. Welcome back to the Wiki Wacky Radio Show with your hosts, Reed and Frank. And if you didn't know, Frank holds the world record for being able to hold the tentacle of a jellyfish for the longest. 5 minutes and 27 seconds.
I do.
Yes, sir, you're Frank.
So I don't get it. Like it was the longest, or I held it the longest.
You held the jellyfish tentacle the longest. Do you not remember, sir?
Oh, you mean that time I got shocked so bad that I got amnesia?
Yeah,
No, I don't remember that.
but of course not. But you still won the record. 5 minutes, 27 seconds you held on before
Shit.
you passed out.
I hope somebody took a picture.
I mean, I set the camera up, but I assume it was captured. I hit record, but I can't guarantee the picture quality.
Well, I would like to
You were
see,
even
and I
shocked.
know that the viewers, the people, would love to see that.
I'm sure they would. And do you know what today is?
Today, I know it's not President's
Yeah.
Day.
No. You're not going to guess?
Well, I know it's the 21st of February.
Well, I wish you hadn't said that, because you ruined it.
Shit. Well, it's also a Sunday. I said that.
It is a Sunday.
It's also about 11:10 p.m. You could have said that. I don't know. I think
Oh,
I think somebody famous was born today. You know.
well, you're sort of right. I was going to say it's George Washington's birthday, but you ruined it because technically it's February 22nd. And I'm hoping to have this all edited and put up live for people to listen to tomorrow on his birthday.
Oh, did I just burst your bubble?
Yep, but that's okay. It's the Wiki Wacky Radio Show.
That's
This is
not
how it goes
a
sometimes.
rodeo. And it's not on the radio.
That's right. But I got 3 facts about President's Day for you.
I thought you had 3
You
questions.
ready for them? Well, yeah, 3 trivia questions.
Yeah, I
And
thought
then
I had to
30
answer
facts.
this stuff, and then I was gonna get to do something at the end if I do these 3 questions.
Yeah, the 3 trivia questions, and then I got 30 facts about presidents, and then
About which
you get to make
president?
your fun. I don't know. I haven't looked at them all.
This sounds like a blast. Let's go.
All right. The first question is, according to the Uniform Federal Holiday Act, when is President's Day?
I think it was back in shit. February, because don't the black people get pissed about it that it's like a white guy's day? And no, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with that. I think it's a day in February, like maybe February 1st. There, I'll give that. That's my response.
Incorrect. I was looking for the third Monday of February.
Ah, well,
All right.
you win
next
some, you
question.
lose some. At least I did
This one
know
should
it
get.
was in Black People's Month, and they get pissed about it. That's a fact, Jack.
You should get this one. What was the original purpose of President's Day?
I should get that?
Yeah, it's easy.
Why
The
should I
original
get
purpose
that?
of presidents.
Am I like a former president or something? I mean, like, I don't know. The purpose of it?
No? Sure.
I don't know, to calm the mailman down.
No. The mailman worked too much.
They go crazy, man. You got to give them all those holidays. I figure all the federal holidays are to, stop the postal incidents.
Yeah. I mean, what's going to happen if they decide not to deliver everybody's mail? But the right answer is to celebrate George Washington's birthday and to honor him as the first president.
Well, it's a shame to associate some of the lesser presidents with the great George Washington.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. Alright, last trivia question. And then we'll hear some facts that I don't even know all of them about some presidents.
So we'll learn something. Maybe.
You'll. Maybe. We'll see. Here we go. Washington and Lincoln both have birthdays in February. Whose falls first in the month?
Well, I'll go with Lincoln because you just told me that Washington's is towards the end of the month. And when I tried to answer that one, I was thinking it was like February 1st or some shit. So we'll go with Lincoln is first.
That's right. His birthday was on February 12th.
Cool. That's a lot closer than whatever you said, 21 or 22. Excuse me, because it's going to be tomorrow, today, whenever.
Well, it could be whatever, because some people might listen to this
In the
many
future.
days and
Maybe they are
many
aliens
moons.
studying us, studying our species.
Ooh, maybe they can already hear us. Maybe they're already listening if they're aliens.
Well, that takes out the whole future aspect of it then.
Well,
If we're talking to people
aliens
in the
in
present,
space.
wait a minute, I like this. If we're talking to people in the present, why don't they speak up? Huh? Welcome to the Wiki Wacky radio show, aliens. Come on, talk to us, aliens. I got nothing. Do we count that as evidence against aliens? Because I'd like to.
Yes,
Okay,
we do.
cool.
And we,
I want to
with
send this
that,
to my
will
grandfather.
move your grandfather.
He believes in aliens so damn bad. We fight about it every year.
Really?
Yeah, we've done it many times, very angrily sometimes. Mostly me.
Huh? All right. Well, how about we move on to our facts about some presidents?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. James Buchanan. You know him?
Yeah, there's a woods in West Virginia called Buchanan. Is it Buchanan? Buchanan.
And it's Buchanan.
Buchanan. Yeah, yeah. Well, I always associate those two together. So, yep, I know him. I know him.
Well, he never married and died a bachelor at the age of 77.
I think he was the only bachelor president.
Yep. I guess. Yep, must be the only one. Because why else would it be trivia?
Yeah. Correct, Mundo.
Okay. Next. Let's see. Zachary Taylor. I'm sure you know him too, right?
Well, I definitely know the name. I mean, I can't picture him. I think he was revered as being a handsome man, but I never knew him.
Well, he knew himself because he never voted until he voted for himself in his own election.
That sounds like something Trump would do. Except he's a businessman. He agrees to everybody's wheels. But the whole voting for yourself aspect, that sounds very Trumpish.
Millard Fillmore. Do you know what he was famous for?
Having a funny name.
Yeah, and creating the first library in the White House. And
Really?
carrying around a dictionary, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. But I don't think Playboys count.
What would that have been? 1870s Playboy?
Oh, they trust me. Do a little bit of research, buddy. They had Maybe not Playboy, but
Oh
they
yeah,
had
I know it.
versions of it. I'll tell you that.
I know. I believe it. I know it. I know it. That's for sure.
Millard Fillmore.
The next,
That could
yeah,
be a
Millard
cuss
Fillmore.
word.
That was our last. You Millard Fillmore.
Imagine stubbing your toe. Millard Fillmore.
Go Millard Fillmore.
Go Millard Fillmore yourself.
All right, James A. Garfield.
Oh, yeah, he loved lasagna.
He sure did. You know about him?
Well, I know he
He
wasn't
was
a cat.
assassinated. He was assassinated and died just after 200 days of his presidency.
Hmm.
Or after he died, I guess. Something like that.
Cool.
You know, our next guy, Herbert Hoover, the vacuum
Oh,
cleaner.
yeah. No, not the vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner. No, 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 no. The president. Yeah, I know him. He was great conservative president right when the stock market crashed. And everybody said, oh, give us stimulus checks. Give us money. And he said, no, go fuck yourselves.
Well, you know why he said that? Because he was a self-made millionaire and had so much money, he donated his presidential salary to charity.
I believe that Trump did that too. I absolutely believe it. I always say Herbert Hoover just got a bad rap because he had the right mentality. Absolutely. But it was super unpopular. Everybody had just lost their shirts and they didn't want to be told to build themselves up by their bootstraps, pull themselves up by their bootstraps, anything like that. They wanted, you know how FDR got in?
Hell.
Herbert Hoover sucked at appeasing the people. And FDR, he
Yeah,
got
no.
his eyebrows went up about 6 notches. They went, ooh, 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 ooh. Wait a minute. I can promise people everything. Everything. You know, he did the first
What?
minimum wage. That relates to one of our similar series.
Pause! Take a drink!
Pause and take a drink.
Yeah, sir. Don't pause your recording, though. Did you? Just on. Did you pause it or stop it? Can you pick up where it was? Ah, shit. I should have used a different word.
There we go. Okay, now we're live again. Sorry.
Live again. Live again. Because we paused and took a drink of our drinks, and we're going to keep taking another drink of our drinks.
Yeah, I need to take a whole big old. I got to do a refill. Here we. You know what it is? Because I put the microphone up to the jug. You know what it says?
Yeah, you do it. Glug, glug,
Glug,
glug, glug,
glug,
glug.
glug, glug. That's right.
That's right. I'm going to move on with the next president fact.
Hey, you know what I wish
Because
I
I
could
can't.
do?
What?
I wish I could light up a fucking cigarette. But this ain't
Ooh.
1960. And everybody
Ah,
would kill me if I did that.
that's right. Dwight D. Eisenhower's grandson, the presidential retreat known as Camp David.
Sorry, go ahead. He did the first presidential retreat to Camp David?
No, Camp David is named after Dwight D. Eisenhower's grandson.
Oh, must be a pretty special boy. What'd he do?
Yeah. Don't know. It doesn't tell me on this
That's a
website.
cool
I'd have to
fact,
go find
though.
out.
That one I'm actually going to
Yeah,
stick in my brain. So,
I certainly wouldn't have known that.
Camp David is named
Yep.
after Dwight Eisenhower's grandson.
Grandson. Yep.
Wow. That one just went into the old folds of the brain there, Reed. It just slid right in. I'm going to remember that one. Ask me 6 years
Well,
from now.
let's 6 years. I'll forget.
I slipped it in.
In your memory vault. Well, here's a little fact about somebody who got his memory vault blasted away You ready for it?
Well, probably JFK because you're doing like
Sure
a.
is
You're trying
JFK.
to reference. It didn't light the fire. It was always burned. JFK blown away. What else do I have to say?
I was referencing blasted on your memory, whatever you just said, and getting his blaster away.
Oh.
His
Well,
brain.
yeah, brain. Yeah. But I did get to JFK. Yep. He also took us to the moon.
The
Blast off.
he did. Oh yeah, he took us himself to the moon,
Yeah, like
and don't
he's
you
like the
let
magic
anybody
school
tell you
bus
differently.
driver. He's got the red hair, and he took us with the, he's got the lizard character that, also is in the bus. And in the magic school bus, us and JFK, we all went to the moon.
Well, JFK loved New England chowder so much.
That he
You
put
know
acid
how
in it.
much?
He put a bunch of acid in it.
No. The recipe he enjoyed is on display at the National Archives.
The National Archives.
Yeah,
I've never even
that's
been
what it
there. Where
says.
is that? Is that like a city in Texas?
Probably.
No.
As big as Texas.
The National.
as big as
No,
as
the
big as
National
Texas
Archives are
is.
in DC. Come on, come on, come on. We don't mean to fool when we kid.
Alright, if you say so.
Yeah, and that song was by Billy Joel.
I knew that.
All right, what's the next fact? The next bazinga?
Oh, it's about our old buddy Barry.
No, 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 no. He's no buddy of mine.
No? Oh,
No,
no.
no.
Well,
That's one berry
okay.
I'd like
Well,
to smush.
along with him, Barack Obama and a couple other presidents all received the Nobel Prize.
That's the fact.
Uh,
Him and a
I
couple of
guess
other
so.
guys won. I already
Yep.
knew that one, and you knew that pisses me off. What?
Yeah,
That should have
alright,
been.
sorry.
I know you didn't read these already. That's been covered, but that's that is a terrible one. How about let's rephrase it? I think we should edit out what you said, and we should put it this way. There are, everybody, be assured, be reassured, there are other presidents who won the Nobel Prize besides that
I can name them.
idiot. That
I will name them.
okay,
Theodore
go.
Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, and Jimmy
Theodore
Carter. Yes, Theodore
and
Roosevelt.
Jimmy. No, but
Yep.
only Theodore is a good president. All the other presidents you listed suck.
Yeah, especially Wilson.
No,
And then Carter.
especially Wilson and
Yeah,
Carter. Carter was just very ineffective. I don't know that he was like
right.
bad.
You want to know how bad it is for Warren G. Harding to go shoe shopping?
Did he have like the impossible 14?
He did! He had a size 14 shoe!
That's crazy. That's
Uh,
impossible. They don't make a 14.
well, that's how big his feet were.
That's how big he thought his feet were. I think he's full of shit.
Well, he's the president. They probably got special custom made president shoes. Well,
Kidding with you. I'm sure.
Ronald Reagan didn't have a big ego.
Are you kidding? How do you end up a
Yeah.
movie actor if you don't have a big ego?
I know. I guess you got me there because I guess that was going to be you kind of beat me to the punch here.
You
I
gotta
was
like
gonna
seeing
say
yourself on screen. You gotta think you look good. I mean, come
I
on.
was he appeared in more than 50 films.
Yeah, come on.
And
There's no way.
take a drink. Yummy. Well, we're only halfway through these trivia things here, and I
Oh,
might skip a couple.
shucks.
Shucks is right. Do you know? Excuse me.
I know.
That Theodore.
Excuse me.
But Teddy Roosevelt is the one who gave the White House its actual name.
That's because
Supposedly.
Teddy Roosevelt was the best Roosevelt. He did a bunch for this country.
He
You
was
know
the only
why?
Roosevelt. The other one was fake.
And well, he wasn't fake. He just we were talking about the best Roosevelt, Teddy. And
Yeah, Teddy.
do you know why? I'm gonna do my own little fact. I didn't prepare these facts, you did, but I'm gonna do my own little fact here. How about that? Twistola.
Twist.
Yeah. You know why he formed the Rough Riders?
No.
Basically because he wasn't in power and he wanted to go down and spank the Spanish. It had something to
Spank the
do,
Spanish.
yeah, it had something to do with the Spanish Civil War. Very related. Okay?
Well, I heard the Spanish were banging the Mayans and turning them into Mexicans.
Oh, you're doing a show thing. I'm talking about a real thing, though. I'm telling you straight up, though. The reason that they did the Rough Riders was so that he could go down and beat up on the Mexican Spanish. And I phrase it that way on purpose because it's one of the two. I don't know who was really in control of the land at the time, but it was either the Mexican or Spanish. And they went down. It's tangentially related to the Spanish American War. And the government wouldn't sanction it. They wouldn't actually go to war with the Spanish or with Mexico or whatever. We really need to look this up, but this is the Wacky Show, so I can keep talking. So, since the government wouldn't sanction it, it's basically like drunk history. We're doing a mini drunk history here. Ha ha ha. But for real, because the government wouldn't sanction it, he just put together a band of guys. Some of them are, most of them Army, but some of them not. And they just went down there and roughhoused. They just went down there and did what they thought the government should do, but that the government wasn't doing. He got to do
Well,
it. He got to do the Rough
he
Riders.
got to. Well, he's Teddy freaking Roosevelt. Of
That's
course.
right, yeah. He looked right at him and he said, "You know what? I got the love of Jesus right here in these crazy green eyes." And they let him do it.
Abraham Lincoln had Jesus in his crazy green eyes, and he stood 6'4". You know one who stood 5'4"?
5 foot 4. Okay. Yes. The guy who took over for. Hang on. Who took over for FDR? The one who dropped the bombs on Japan.
Well, I got a better answer. Is James Madison.
James Madison.
Yeah, James Madison.
I watched that documentary where they sing called 1776. Did you see that?
Oh,
The singing
no, I have not.
documentary, 1776?
I've heard it's good.
It's not really a documentary. But yeah. There was a really short actor who played Madison in that musical, so maybe they're historically accurate in the musical.
We're almost done, because I'm skipping ones that don't have anything to do with presidents. Alright, well, let's hear a little something about James Monroe. Well, James Monroe's presidency was known as the era of good feelings,
Good feeling.
which I've actually heard that before.
Yeah. So,
Well, this is the last one, and quite a good president to finish with.
no, I
Would
get
you
to
rather me
finish with the
just tell?
president.
Well, I mean, with the facts
Just to
and
remind you.
whatnot, I got.
Okay, yes, I
I know the
understand.
deals.
All right. You go ahead, sir.
Would you rather me just tell you who it is or put it up as a question?
Oh, I like the trivia aspect.
Okay. Which president hated giving public speeches so much he only gave two during his presidency?
Hmm.
I can give you a hint if you would like one.
No, I don't take the hints. I don't like the hints. I like the guesses. The guesses are fun. The hints feel cheap. Like I'm like I'm dating a hooker, you know? How do you date a hooker? It just sounds gross. Ew. Ugh.
You don't.
Yeah. I don't need a hint. I'll just give you a guess. I'll tell you what to do. Give me that question once more very quickly.
Alright. Which president hated public speaking so much he only gave 2 speeches during his presidency?
Washington.
Not a bad guess, you're pretty close.
Adams.
Jefferson.
Yeah, he was very clever. That's why he wrote. It's very clever.
Well,
Jefferson.
he was a smart man. He was a smart
One of
man.
one of the overlooked presidents. We ought to do a series on that. The ones who
Oh,
really
sure.
did.
Jefferson and Coolidge
Coolidge,
and,
he was
and
so
some
popular.
others.
Did you know? This is a fact that I do know about Coolidge. You keep asking me if I know. You bring up the name of a president. Do I know a fact about them? I love the game. About Coolidge, though, do you know he was actually very popular in his time? That's the only fact I know about him is he was very popular when he was president. I don't know what he
I
did.
believe it.
I don't know when he was president, but that is a fact I know about Coolidge. He was very popular.
He was right before Hoover.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I bet he also was a Republican.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It was the stock market crash that changed. No, I dare say, I almost already did say it in this same segment. It was Hoover's reaction to the stock market crash that changed everything. The people cried out. They begged. They wanted, they sought relief. And Hoover said, no. That's why, do you know, here's a fun fact about Hoover. I'd love to write a biography on history, on Hoover, just between you and me. He's one of my favorite presidents, but I don't know that much about him, actually. I only know a couple of things. But,
Same with Coolidge and me.
okay, cool. But do you know that when the stock market crashed and everybody went broke, and they all started living in Central Park under on benches, park benches
Uh
under
huh. Right?
newspapers. They called them
Uh huh.
Hoovervilles.
Yep, I've heard of
Hoovervilles.
those. Yep,
That's so
I've heard of
sick,
them.
in my opinion. That's just because he didn't give immediate relief. Look how far we've come. That was 1920. We're in 2020. And now the government just, it does. It does. It just does. It does. We're getting direct inject. You had Trump, a Republican. 100 years later, roughly, doing the exact opposite of Hoover and hated just as badly. Trump and Hoover are both only one-term presidents. I I really think between you and me, this could be a long-term thing that doesn't fit the wacky radio show. Maybe the wacky listeners don't appreciate, but I could see me writing a book comparing Trump and Hoover.
Well, why don't you have a drink to it?
I will. Now, I had a drink. How would you like me to give you one last big piece of trivia here?
Go for it.
Who was the cheeseburger king of the 90s? And don't give me any bad answers. You know it's all been about presidents, so don't say Bruce Valanche, and don't tell me that it's friggin' Ronald McDonald, and don't say it's the Hamburglar or Rosie McDonald or any of those fat cows that we all know about
The Cheeseburger King
of the 90s.
of the 90s. Well, if it's about presidents, my options are very limited.
They would be, wouldn't they? That's assuming you're a logical person, though.
Well, I guess I'll just say I don't know. One of the
What?
two presidents that were the president in the 90s.
No, my best teacher always said, don't give blanks. No blanks.
Well, I'll give the wrong answer. I, or maybe the right answer. Uh, 50-50. Uh, I bet old, George Bush Sr. likes some cheeseburgers.
Oh, I
And he,
was going for Clinton, and we even discussed
oh,
this beforehand.
I know. I didn't know if you wanted me to actually give the right answer or not.
Well, I don't care. This is the Wacky Show.
Well, it is what it is. Anyway, go
And
on. What
it's
about the cheeseburger president?
Wacky! I heard he used to make midnight pilgrimages down into the White House kitchen, and he'd beg him. He'd say, I'll suck your dick for a double baconator. Yeah, just don't tell Hillary. Just don't let her know that I licked the mayonnaise up off your thigh.
Is that why he's the cheeseburger king?
Oh, look it up. That dude is famous for loving cheeseburgers. That's why I
Well, who
tacked it
doesn't love
on.
cheeseburgers?
Who? Yeah, yeah. Well, not everybody's famous, huh? It might be famous that everybody loves cheeseburgers, but I'm talking about one famous some bitch in relation to presidents, and you almost got it right. You almost got it right. The president who was a cheeseburger, finger
Well, as
licking.
far as I'm concerned,
Hmm.
I did get it right. Because
Yeah,
I knew
'cause
the answer.
oh yeah, well, I think the people heard you say Herbert Walker Bush.
They did. They did hear me say it. You know what else they heard me say?
That this
A lot
is
of
the
wacky stuff.
yeah, that this is the wacky and wild, wonderful show. Ba-da-ba. And this
Oh,
show's
shit.
been brought to you by butter, the shit that clogs your arteries,
And biscuits.
and
The shit
biscuits.
that clogs your butt.
Buy both today down at the Tiggly Wiggly.
And you'll be clogged up for the rest of the month.
You spend $100 or more, you get free paper.
To wipe your clogged butt. Which you ain't gonna be wiping anyway because it's clogged.
Yeah, 'cause everybody done bought all the toilet paper back when they heard about the COVID-19.
Okay, well, I don't know about you, but this has been a long.
Yeah, well, and I especially don't know how we both broke into those accents. It's been fun, yo. Yo, yo, you,
Alright,
yo.
how about we take one last drink for the audience and for the road?
Drink for the boys.
A drink for the boys.
For me and one for everybody else out there.
Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, good night, y'all.
And good night to your mama.